you my Lunalight Tri-Brigade deck profile. So as you can see here, I have a Lunalight deck. It's pretty consistent. I've been working on it for about 4 days now. There are consistency things I want to work on, but so far this deck is super powerful in the plays it can put out, and it also could rival some of the more powerful decks this format, such as Dinos. I mean, it has a decent matchup against Dinos, but it's definitely not the best thing in the world. There's certain different matchups it can play against Zodiac, stuff like that. So yeah, this deck's definitely really powerful in the combos it can do. Also, it can pump out some really good boards going second also. So yeah, I would definitely look into this deck if you love Lunalights. So yeah, let's get into this. I played triple copies of Fractal. If you don't know what this card does, it's basically, you're going to be searching this through your Tenki 9 times out of 10. Reason why is because Tenki is basically, the only reason you play Tenki is just to get you to a Fractal or get you to a Kaleido Chick. If you already opened a Fractal, you may actually want to search a second copy so you can go into your rank 4 plays. But if you're already covered on that, then you're going to go into your Kaleido Chick, which, you know, gives you free advantage from there because you can dump your stuff like Yellow Martin, Emerald Bird, or even your fusions to go second, you know? So it's a very powerful card. It's a level 4, and it's basically the most abusable card in the deck. Then we played triple copies of Nerval. Reason why I ran 3 Nerval, there have been hands where I want to see a Wind-Winged Beast, and I don't necessarily want to search it out. So yeah, this card's very important to the strategy. I think 3 is mandatory in this build, unless there's some way to minimize the bricks and play a whole different combo. I think 3 Nerval for now is the way to go. 2 kits, honestly, I think 3 could come up, you know? I've been saying this about a lot of the Tri-Brigades. The only Tri-Brigade I do not want to play at 3 is our copy of Karas. Reason why is because it doesn't necessarily have the best effect. All it's really there for is just summoning it from your hand to get your Tri-Brigade stuff. But you always can, you know, pump out your Link 2 Tri-Brigade and, you know, just summon your stuff like that. So it's very powerful in the plays it can do. Both cards, I wouldn't play at 3 at the moment, but if there are stuffs like, you know, maybe cutting down 1 copy of Prosperity, I definitely play 3 kits. So that's it for the Tri-Brigade engine in the main deck. I think the Tri-Brigades just add so much free advantage to the deck, it's literally insane. There is a restriction, if you don't know, on the extra deck monster. If you use its effect, you are locked into using Winged Beast and Beast Warrior monsters for the rest of the turn as your link materials, so you can't, you know, link away a Gamma or a Parallel Exceed or anything in that sort of fashion. That's why not most of the deck actually is that, but luckily, it's like the Orchest effect, so whenever you activate it for the rest of the turn, you can't do that. So it doesn't restrict you like cards like Pot of Duality or stuff like that, Scapegoat, just multiple different restriction cards. Then for the Lunalight engine, we ran 3 copies of Kaleido Chick. This is absolutely mandatory. It sends for cost. There's no reason not to play it. Even opening this, sometimes you're going to want to see this plus a copy of Perfume, which is, you know, is your 2-card combo into your Y-Strix stuff. Your Cyber Dragon, Infinity, plus some more barrier statue lock. So it's a very powerful combo in what it can do. So I definitely play that. 1 Martin. 2's way too clunky, you're never going to go. Sometimes you might not even use the second Martin. Plus, anytime you're going to be using it, you're going to be detaching off your Force Tricks or one of your XZ monsters to prevent it from getting banished from its own effect. So yeah. And then 1 copy of Emerald Bird. Emerald Bird kind of conflicts with your Pot of Prosperity, but at the end of the day, you can send off stuff like Karas, which it does not get its effect on. But you can send it through stuff like Foolish Burial, or if you really need to, you can open this and make a way to Martin, normal summon it, draw your card, search on Martin, and yeah, get Serenade Dance, discard it somehow, and you go ham from there. See, that's it for the Lunalight monsters, besides 1 copy of Wolf. Reason why is we're not playing more is because it's just there for rank 4 help. And if you really want to push for game, you're going to be searching through it for your copy of Perfume. But a lot of the times, this is just another card to bounce besides Tenki on field to pump out some rank 4s. Then for the Raid Raptor engine, we ran 1 copy of Singulanius, we're playing 1 copy of Raider's Wing, 1 copy of Zephyros, and 1 copy of Chris. So if you don't know what the Black Wing monsters do, they essentially just give you free advantage and provide more Winged Beast monsters, since you have to have at least 2 in deck to resolve your combo properly with Wystrix. So yeah, the more Winged Beast you play, the better. Then 1 copy of Barrier Statue and 1 copy of Apex Avion to round off the monsters. Now for the hand traps, we played 3 copies of Gamma, 1 copy of Driver, and 3 copies of Parallel Exceed. Exceed is more of a tech card, you don't really have to run it. I think it's the best card to run, honestly. The reason why is we have stuff like Uldalich running around, Tri-Brigade, Zodiacs, everything. A lot of graveyard-reliant decks. Zodiac's not the best example, obviously, but there's a lot of graveyard-reliant decks at the moment that are running around. Shadal's, this turns off Shadal's, making your free Dweller. Or if you really wanted to play, you could just play Rafflesia with Gravedigger's Trap Hole, but that's, not as flexible, I guess. But yeah, it just gives you infinite possibilities on the rank 4s you'd like to play. If you're wondering why I'm running 2 Simorgh targets, honestly I was thinking of cutting Barrier Statue, those Storm Winds, but you gotta remember, if you're playing Avermax, which I am not, as you can see, but if you're playing Avermax, you can set that up plus your Barrier Statue, and, they're gonna have to out that Avermax, which is pretty hard to do. And you also need to follow up if your Simorgh stays on field, so Avion, I put out Avion a lot more times than I put up Barrier Statue. That's just because the consistency of the Chick plus Perfume, or the used to be Summoner Monk plus Perfume combo. But yeah, most of the time you're going to be going Avion, then turn 2 Storm Winds, but it depends on your matchup. Then for the spell cards, we run 3 copies of Lunalight Perfume. Pretty self-explanatory. It pitches a card from your hand, banish itself, and will send your card from your hand to the grave for cost, and then you get to add a Lunalight monster. Discard, not send, actually. And then 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods sends Spell or Trap from the deck to grave, so yeah, that's amazing. 3 copies of Tenki for consistency, plus you always want to see Fractal or Chick. You see that other, you just want to see a Tri-Brigade plus Lunalight. You don't necessarily have to see a Lunalight. I mean, there have been hands where I just saw, a Martin plus a Foolish and a Nerval or something like that. I could still combo perfectly fine. It just wouldn't be the most powerful board as if I were getting something like Fractal plus Chick or something like that. 3 Pot of Prosperity. I think this card's 100% necessary in the deck. The reason why is Desires isn't good in this deck because, you're running a lot of 1-ofs that kind of rely your combo to properly work on. So if you banish those, it's going to hurt. Avarice, it's not really great until you actually start getting your combo running. There is one restriction on this card. It says you can't draw for the rest of the turn, but you don't have to resolve your Emerald Bird to actually, just go ahead and use Prosperity. A lot of times when you're going Prosperity, you might even banish for 6, which I think is completely unnecessary, but it's possibilities. It has a lot more flexibility in the deck than any other draw card possible at the moment. Then 1 Monster Reborn, 1 copy of Foolish Burial, and 1 copy of the Rank Up Magic Soul Shape Force. This basically will just be set through your copy of Wystrix, and then it'll target your copy of Forstrix, paying half your life points and summoning Cyber Dragon Infinity out on top of it. And then for the last trap, we ran 1 copy of Lunalight Serenade Dance. So that rounds off the main deck. We're running 44 cards. I'm personally more of a 40 card build fan, but with this many 1-ofs in the deck, it's just too risky to be playing at any lower. I'd even considered playing a 46 card build at a time, but I think 44 is basically the god number at the moment. Now for the extra deck, we're going to go ahead and show off the extra deck. We're playing 1 copy of Leo Dancer and 1 copy of Panther Dancer. If you don't want to run the fusions, you don't have to run them. I'm running them because, it can help push for game. It's not the most consistent thing, and if you don't really want to see them, you can just go Prosperity, banish them, and do whatever you want from there. Then double copies of Forstrix, your 1 copy of Infinity, and 1 copy of Dweller. This could be really any rank 4 you want, Rafflesia, just a generic rank 4 that doesn't have much restriction. So it could be your Felicia, your Tornado Dragon. You could even play Dagda plus your copy of Artifact Scythe and Tornado Dragon to make, your Artifact Lock if you really felt like playing that. I think that would be way too much in the deck already, putting up barrier statues and avions and everything like that. But it's definitely more possibilities. Your Cyber Dragon Infinity is self-explanatory. It just attaches something on field, and then you can negate something. It's Omni Negate. Then for the Link 3s, we can run one copy of Samorg. Pretty obvious why we run this card. During the end phase, it basically just summons a card to the field that's a Winged Beast, and it has to equal the amount of open zones on the field. So yeah, this card basically all the time resolves. One copy of Wise Tricks, which I don't think you can use the Tri-Brigades to go into. I'm pretty sure that's the ruling, but you're just going to be using your 2 dark level 4s, Winged Beast monsters to go into it. One Double Dragon Lords, because it's basically IP but better, because it doesn't require as much extra deck space, so yeah. One copy of Tri-Brigade, don't even know how to pronounce that, the Baron Blossom Tri-Brigade. Basically just summons a Winged Beast, or Beast Warrior monster from your hand, and when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, it draws you a card, and you get to place a card from the hand to the bottom of the deck. So it gives you, a lot of utility. I'd say this is the best Tri-Brigade Link, besides the upcoming one, which is the Ominous Omen Tri-Brigade. So basically what this card does, if it's special summon, or if another Winged Beast or Beast Warrior or Beast Monster is special summoned, yeah, I should have just said Tribe Piece. You can basically just banish a card on the field, and if it's sent to the field to the graveyard, you get search 1 Beast Tri-Piece monster from your deck, equal to the number of banished Tri-Piece monsters in your deck, or in your grave or everything. It's hard to explain. That's a really long card text. Then one copy of Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess, one copy of Icon Masquerena, one copy of Unicorn, and one copy of Access Code. Honestly, I've been thinking of cutting Access Code for Avermax, or Avermax, however you pronounce it. The reason why is because Avermax can help protect your barrier statue, your Avion, and stuff like that, and it's also not the most expensive card in the world. I think Access Code provides way more utility and is way more broken, but the way the deck's running at the moment, if you want, I think Avermax would be the safer option, but right now I'm just running Access Code because it's been helping me push for games a lot more consistently than a copy of Avermax. Then for the rest of the deck, we ran 3 copies of Lancia, pretty self-explanatory. It beats Invoked, beats any banishing deck. It can help you win your Eldritch matchup, which you're already playing Exceed for and Dweller. Then 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird for those decks that love to add cards, used to be Sky Strikers, Trickstars, just a few older decks I'm going to name. There are a lot of decks this format that actually add cards, and if you snipe this, then, they can't really do much. They're just going to end on a weaker board than they're usually able to put up, and it really hurts them in that long run. Then, for the rest of the hand traps, we ran 3 copies of Nibiru, the Primal Being. Kind of self-explanatory as well. Right now, I'm not the biggest fan of Nibiru, because, it kind of kills your board in the process, but this can definitely be stuff like Lava Golems, Gamma Seals, and a Pankratops if you really will. But, yeah, it's just another, hand trap that wins a lot of matchups. Then 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, which is kind of self-explanatory. The reason why we're not running Lightning Storm, I think Lightning Storm is a crazy card, but 3 Cosmic, this just deals with Eldritch a lot better. If you're able to force out something against Eldritch, then this is way better because, they get their graveyard loaded up either way during the end phase. So you might as well banish it or at least force it out so you don't have to play through it on your turn. Then Double Twin Twisters, which is, another self-explanatory card. It's for the format we're in since it's a lot slower. You gotta run this. It pitches a card from your hand. It can target up 2 cards on the field and destroy it. Spell traps, actually. But yeah, that's another great utility card. And then for the final card, this is kind of iffy. Honestly, I think I'm gonna cut it, but 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster. Reason why I might cut this is because of Eldritch, of course. You blow up their back row, it gives you a lot to work with, But if you're not able to set up the right board, you kind of just lose because they get to go end phase, banish all their traps from grave. If not, they might as well chain them, and then, you know, they get their full board from there. So it's really iffy. That's why I don't really want to run this. It might even be a Pankratops or something, or maybe even something crazier. But yeah, that's really about it for the deck profile. I hope you people enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll definitely bring some more Lunalight content in the future. For now, I think this is where we're going to end it off, unless I decide to make another deck profile, update it or something. But anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.